Hey, Amanda, you there? I had something I kind of wanted to talk to you about. Hello? Amanda? Oh, right, the time difference. You're probably fast asleep right now, huh? Okay, well, then I guess I'll just leave the messages of what I've been thinking here, and you can tell me your thoughts tomorrow. So, I'll get back to me then, okay? Anyways, I only have a week left before I finish with this business trip, and, well, I think it's time we get a divorce. Or rather, I should say that, in my time in this country, I've met a new man and fallen in love. He's a really cool, handsome man from Peru, but he speaks English fluently. I kind of fell in love at first sight, and we hit it off so well. Besides, I love how much he must love America. I mean, he loves it as much that he's learned the language. He's really something else. Now I feel like I can just live without him. In fact, we're living together in the apartment I've had out here. He's just so exotic and sexy, and he makes me so happy. So, I hope you can understand. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to be bringing this man back with me, and him and I are getting married. In the meantime, I want you to pack your things and move out of the house. I should be back in about a week, so get out by then. Oh, and one more thing. Make sure you've signed divorce papers on the table so I can sign my half and send them off.
What the heck is all of this? Kenny, are you there? Are you seriously cheating on me right now? You're coming home in a week and you decided to drop this bombshell on me. You seriously can't be fetishizing people from other countries like this. It's so weird and creepy. Is this why you haven't been responding to me as often lately? I thought it might just have been the time difference, but sometimes you don't get back to me for a few days at a time. I was wondering if you were cheating. But now you've just come out and said it. Well, you were way more stupid than I thought to go and do something like this. But if you really want me out of the house, at this rate, I can't help but agree with you. If you think that I'm going to divorce you, just because you want to marry this total stranger though, you're dead wrong. We're going to have a long, long talk when you get back to the States.
Oh shoot, you seem kind of pissed about all of this, Armando. But okay, I guess if you really want to meet my spicy little Peruvian pepper, suit yourself. I can send you some great photos of him if you want. But just know that I've made up my mind and nothing is going to change it. There you go, what do you think? Pretty handsome guy, right? And if you want to know, his name is Patricio. He doesn't have any family and has been living on his own for a while now. And apparently he has an inn that is going to make it easy for him to get into the States. But I tell you, once you get a taste of dating a foreigner, you can't go back.
Mary, are you there? I'm really sorry to bother you on your day off, but I have something really important that I need to tell you.
Oh, Armando. That's okay. How's it going? What's up?
You're not going to believe this, but I know where Patricio is.
Wait, Patricio? What do you mean? Where is he? I've been looking for him for months, but haven't heard anything from anyone about where he could be.
He's abroad right now in Peru, I guess. Apparently he's running around with my husband.
He's in Peru with your husband? I don't understand. What are they both doing down there, and how did they run into each other?
Well, Kenny left for a business trip about a year ago and was going to come back sometime this week. But the other day, he basically confessed to cheating on me and said that he wanted a divorce. He was telling me about it and even sent me a picture of the man he was seeing, and it was Patricio.
So he ran all the way down to Peru, huh? And then he just happened to run into your husband? I guess the world is still a lot smaller than we think. He really thought he could escape our unfinished business here in the US, I bet. Well, thank you so much for coming to me with this.
If it's all the same to you, I'd like to help you out with this. Whatever you need. Just let me know and I'll be there ready to back you up.
Are you sure? I don't want to suck you into my business if you really don't want to.
No, I think this is personal for me too, and I have a right and a duty to help you out. My husband is planning on leaving me to live with this person. So I think that if we can catch him soon, we can put an end to all of this.
You mean he really wants to kick you out of the house and live with his new boyfriend?
He seems to think it's going to work out like that anyways.
Well, we'll see about that, won't we? He must really be living in his own world to have forgotten such an important detail about his house.
Exactly. I was thinking that if you're free, maybe we can meet tomorrow after work to talk out a concrete plan.
Well, okay, Armando. If you really want to do this, then let's do it. I mean, I could even meet now if you wanted. Or is that too soon for you?
No, I can meet now. That's no problem. I can meet you outside your office building around 3 if that's okay.
That should work for me. See you then. Thanks so much for offering to help.
Hey, Amado, I just landed. Have you already moved all your stuff out of the house? I have Patricio with me, so you better not cause a scene when we get there.
Oh, don't worry. I moved out a while ago. The house is all yours.
Oh, well that's good then. Thank you for that. I thought I was going to be fighting you for a long time over that.
Though I didn't leave behind any divorce papers for you to sign.
Ugh, are you seriously going to do this right now? I know that you don't want a divorce, but you have to understand that I just love someone else now. I mean, how could I ever fall in love with a boring old American like you when I can have some Incan prince to drool over instead? You need to face the facts and divorce me.
Oh, don't worry. We're getting divorced, but only after we've talked with our lawyers.
Our lawyers? What do you mean? Why would we do that?
But we're getting a divorce because you were cheating on me. And I have a right to sue you for that.
Oh, I see. So you're really going to do things this way, huh?
If you thought it was going to happen any other way, you're the idiot.
And just what the hell is that supposed to mean? How can you call me something like that?
It means that I don't want to see you unless it's absolutely necessary. And that you don't have to worry about going back home.
Fine. Be that way. I have to pop into the office anyways. But Patricio is going right home, so thanks for getting out of there at least.
Anyways, I guess I'll just get back to working. You'll be hearing from my lawyer soon, and we'll be moving forward with the lawsuit from there.
Man, I can't believe you're really gonna sue me for this. But I have a promotion waiting for me when I get back, so I have no problem with that. Bring on all the lawyers that you can. I'm ready for it. Hey, Amado, what the heck is going on here, huh?
I'll take it you've already gotten back home then. Would you like my little surprise for you?
That's right, I did just get back home. And you're calling this a surprise? You tell me who these two geezers and this other woman are right now.
Well, I invited them over for our talk today.
But this doesn't make any sense. These two old people are American as can be. But say that they're Patricio's parents.
Well, yeah. I mean, Patricio is American after all. Haven't you figured that out yet?
What do you mean by that? Have you gone crazy or something? You know that isn't true. He's from Peru. I met him in Peru and he speaks Spanish.
Okay, so he moved and learned a foreign language.
But his skin is so dark. He looks so native.
One, super creepy to describe someone like that. And two, that still doesn't mean he's from Peru.
But I don't get this. I thought he was foreign. This can't be happening.
Well, it is. Patricio isn't even Peruvian. In fact, he's basically as white as can be. His mum explained to me that he had a weird obsession with Latin Americans like you and got plastic surgery to look like a Quechuan person.
Wait, plastic surgery? To look like a different race? You can do that?
That's right. In fact, Patricio isn't even his real name either. It's Patrick. But I'm sure the original Patrick is buried so deep under all that plastic that you would never have guessed. Maybe you should ask Patricio about all this, though.
Amado, are you there? I've been thinking about this whole divorce thing. It's so silly. Let's just put it all behind us. I want to stay with you.
Yeah, no.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I mean, you were fooled by some gross person who fetishized other races like you do. I think you're a good fit.
But I didn't want to get with some basic American dude. I wanted a Peruvian.
You did say that another woman was there at the house, right? I assume that was Mary, yes?
Yeah, she told me that Patricio had an affair with her husband and that she's been trying to sue him this whole time. But that Patricio didn't want to pay it, so he fled the country, changed his appearance and started a new life in Peru. Even changed his name to try and escape paying. But then he found his way to me, not knowing that you had any idea about Mary.
Oh, I know. I've already heard about all of this from Mary herself.
So then, you really already knew about all of this before I did?
Pretty much. And poor Patricio could not have made a worse choice of who to try and get with.
Right, so then, it's not my fault at all, right?
I mean, you cheated on me, and that is a fact.
But I told Patricio that I didn't want to be with him anymore, isn't that enough?
Again, the fact is that you still cheated on me. You understand this, yeah?
Please don't be so stubborn. You have to forgive me.
I really don't have to do anything for you, actually.
But you didn't sign the divorce papers, right? So a part of you must want to still be with me.
Now, I just learned from Mary that in terms of suing for infidelity, but the timing of things is very important.
So then, you're still going to sue me for all of this?
Of course. I'm going to be suing you and Patricio. Don't you worry.
Wait, no, this can't be happening.
Well, it is, so.
Please wait, after I got back to work, I actually got a demotion and a huge pay cut.
Oh, really? Wow, that sucks for you, huh? This is just not your week.
My work found out that I started seeing Patricia while I was down there on company time and gave that as a reason for rescinding my promotion.
So basically, they didn't want to reward you for cheating on your husband while on a company assignment. Sounds fair enough to me.
I won't be able to pay that much money right now.
Again, that sucks for you, huh?
How can you be so cruel to me right now?
Like this. You're going to get a call from my lawyer tomorrow, and you better pick up.
You're really serious, aren't you?
Oh, right. I almost forgot one of the most important things.
What's that? What could you possibly have forgotten?
Well, you do know that it was my name on the apartment lease, right?
What do you mean?
I mean, the first year's lease was. But then you were away, and when I renewed it, I did it under my name. Talked about this before I did it, remember?
Oh yeah, I think I do now.
So anyways, you're now trespassing. Please leave.
You kicking me out of the house?
That's right. I think your dad should be arriving soon to pick you up.
My dad is coming here. Why is he coming here?
Well, I told him about what you did over the phone, and he sounded just furious. I think you're not going to like it when he arrives.
Oh no, this is really bad. How could you do this to me?
You did it to yourself, Ken.
Doe, are you there? I just wanted to say that I think we did great together yesterday. But I am so sorry to have invaded your house with all that drama, though.
What do you mean, Mary? You were the one there who did all the talking for me.
Well, you were really a huge help. I can't thank you enough.
It was my pleasure.
By the way, I wanted to tell you what happened after you stopped texting Kenny.
Oh yeah? Did his dad show up? What happened?
Yeah, he showed up about 5 minutes after your last text. He nearly kicked down the door, started screaming at Kenny, and dragged him out by the collar of his shirt.
Kenny's dad always did seem like the strict type.
You should have seen the way he was shaking. I swear he was about to cry. But anyways, his dad took him all the way back to his house, so I heard.
I can picture it all now, and it's scary.
Well, anyways, I guess that basically solves that, right?
I suppose so, yeah.
Also, once things settle down, I would love to go out and grab a couple drinks with you.
That would be so amazing. Yeah, let's do it. A few days later, my lawyer wanted to go talk to both Kenny and Patricio. A month later, Kenny and I were divorced, and I was paid by the both of them for their affair. Patricio also had to pay Mary for his affair with her husband as well. After that, I heard that Patricio's parents took him out of their will entirely. But he still has lots of debt from the plastic surgery and was forced to find several jobs to pay back all the money he owed. As for Kenny, he is still living at home under the watchful eye of his dad, who is making sure that Kenny is staying out of trouble. Meanwhile, Mary and I finally were able to meet up for that drink and decompress about the whole situation. We weren't that close before, but this really brought us together. Now we meet up frequently and catch up and gossip at least a couple times a month.
Wendy! You seriously need to just let me into your amazing mansion already.
Bree, are we really going to have this conversation again? How many times have we gone over this already? You do realize that the only person you can blame for Mom and Dad disinheriting you is you, right? Why do we have to go through this every single time we talk?
And just what does that have to do with anything at all that I'm talking about, huh?
I mean that I'm living with Mom and Dad, and they've decided that they don't want to share anything with you anymore. Even though you're my sister and their daughter, you would still be an unwelcome guest here. Don't you get that?
But it's been 8 whole years since I've left home. And it's only after I leave that you all move out and into that amazingly huge house. It isn't fair.
Well, I don't know what to tell you except that a lot can change over 8 years.
Well, if so much has changed, then why am I still ostracized from everything the family does, huh?
The only person you should be asking for that answer is you. You steal your friend's husband and cheated with him in Mom and Dad's old house. Mom and Dad still haven't forgiven you for it, and quite frankly, neither have I. None of us even consider you a part of the family anymore.
But that's horrible! How can you do that when we are family?
Bree, let me try and break something down for you. The only reason that I haven't blocked you on everything yet is so that I can try and field your calls and save our parents the efforts of doing so. But the truth is that I want nothing more than to block your number right now. I don't think of you as my sister. Mom and Dad don't think of you as their daughter, and you need to get used to that.
No! How can you just expect me to accept something like that? I will find a way to live in that huge house, if it's the last thing I do. Do you understand me? Wendy, are you there? I know that you're home, thinking you're so much better than everyone else on Earth, just because you get to live in that huge mansion. But that's not going to last for much longer. How does it feel, knowing that soon you're not going to be able to live there anymore?
Bree, again, seriously? Just what on earth could you possibly be talking about this time? Are you still trying to find a way to live here with us?
Of course I'm still trying. More than that, I'm succeeding. I did a lot of looking into just what you're up to these days, Wendy.
You looked into me? Okay then. Just what did you find out that's got you acting so high and mighty?
Well, I know that you're engaged to be married, right? And that your fiancé is some 38-year-old guy named Barry, right?
That's all correct.
So you're telling me that even a 40-something-year-old hag like you can back a younger man? We both know that to the average eye, the age difference might not seem like much. But getting any kind of younger man is a win for women.
Bree, literally, what are you even talking about?
I mean that, conversely, a man would naturally want a younger woman for himself. That's why I've gone out and stolen Barry from you.
Wait, stolen? As in... Bree, please tell me you're not saying what I think you're saying.
Well, I had to do something to find a way to live in that big house of yours. And I know that the only reason you moved in there was because you married Barry. And he suggested moving in with Mom and Dad in that big house.
Just what is your obsession with trying to live in a house built for at least a whole family to live in?
Well, when I stole my friend's husband all those years ago, I was planning on moving into this huge house. But then, it turns out that the house was actually owned by my friend and her family. And so, that was never going to happen as long as with that old guy.
So then you're telling me that the whole reason you ruined your friendship and stole that man from your best friend was for a house? And now you've gone and done the same thing to your own sister?
Ding, ding, ding! You guessed it!
Okay, well, I don't know how else to say this, but you're not going to be living in this house just by stealing Barry from me.
Please. I did my homework this time. You're not going to be able to try and confuse me now. I know that the house you're all living in now is signed for by Barry. And since I've gone and stolen him from you, that means that soon he's going to tell you that he can't marry you anymore. And then you'll all have to leave. And I bet you've had quite some time to accumulate things to fill up all that empty space in a house like that. It's not going to be easy moving out of there. I'll give you all until the end of the month. Go ahead and tell Mom and Dad about this too. Let them know that if they want to keep living in that big house, that they're going to have to put me back in their will. And apologize for the way they treated me the past 8 years. But as for you, Wendy, you're going right out to the streets where you'll have to find for yourself.
Bree, I really just don't get it. What happened to turn you into such a covetous, selfish, mean person?
And just what is that supposed to mean, huh?
Well, first of all, you know that both you and Barry are liable to be sued by me for your affair, right?
Of course I know that. But I also know that Barry's family is filthy, stinking rich. And that however you want from us is going to be nothing to him. I'm never going back to the way I was 8 years ago when I left the house drowning in debt. And just the clothes on my back.
If you don't want to end up like that again, then I don't see why you insist on engaging in these wild schemes of yours.
Ugh, I already told you that it's always been a dream of mine to live in a huge house like the one that you're in now. I'm not pulling any schemes. I'm just taking the most important steps to achieving my dreams. I worked hard over the past 8 years to pay off all my debt. Just to find out that you were living in the lap of luxury this whole time. Well, that isn't fair. We're sisters. Why do you get everything handed to you on a silver platter while I've had to work for all that I have now?
Are you really trying to accuse me of getting favorable treatment over you?
All I'm saying is that I did my research into you. And I know the only reason you and our parents are able to stay in a house like that is all thanks to Barry. So, now that I've stolen him from you, that means that I'll be the one getting to live there and not you.
I don't get it. You've come so far and been through so much, and yet it seems like you've still learned nothing. I mean, if you know that you can work that hard on your own merits, why not just find a regular job and buy your own place?
Because why would I when I've already found a man who'll give me what I want and who's head over heels in love with me? We're both a woman. We know that there's many different ways to get what we want. What's it matter how I get things as long as I get them?
And that's really the best excuse you can give for all that you're doing right now?
Excuses or not, the fact of the matter is that I've stolen your man, and there's nothing you can do about it. Did you really think you were finally going to be getting married? At 42 years old? You're way past your prime. And you're going to do old and lonely. Now remember, you only have until the end of the month before you need to be out of there. And Tell Mom and Dad that the same goes for them, unless they don't agree to add me to their will.
I really just don't know what I'm going to do with you, Bree.
Hey, Wendy! You're already way over the time limit that I gave you to move out of there. I want to move out and start my new happy life with new rich husband. Why aren't you gone yet? I'll give you 3 more days, and then I want you out of there. Do you understand me? Oh, Wendy! Just get out of the house already! Don't you realize that you lost? Barry doesn't want you anymore. You don't have the right to be there. Get out of the house right now! Hey! Seriously! What is your deal? Why aren't you leaving yet? Are you seriously just going to squat there forever? I've already packed up all my things, and the only person standing in my way right now is you. So get out already! And I am beyond furious with you right now. You are seriously going to make me take drastic measures now. I have no choice but to force you out of the house. Wendy, I'm home. I'm standing right outside the front door. Now you march out here and give up the house. I don't care where you go to live out the rest of your sad, lonely life, but it will not be here.
I was wondering if you were really going to try and pull something like this after the 3 days were up.
Of course I would. I always follow through with my threats.
Bree, I'm afraid that the only person living a sad, lonely life right now is Barry.
What is that supposed to mean?
I mean, that we officially canceled our engagement about a month ago.
No, really. Well, I didn't know. But that doesn't change anything, so get out!
It changes everything. Someone already moved out, and that person was Barry.
You're not making any sense. Just tell me what you're trying to say.
Barry is currently living in a tiny little apartment about 20 minutes outside of downtown.
I still don't understand what you mean by that.
I guess I'll start from the beginning for you. It's true that this house did used to belong to Barry's family, and the deed for the house was in Barry's name, but 6 months ago, I became the deed holder.
But why? How did that happen?
Well, Barry's business was doing really poorly at the time, and he started getting bogged down with debt. Then things quickly turned even worse, and he had to declare for bankruptcy.
Bankruptcy? Are you kidding me?
I am not, but I actually own and manage my own business, which is quite large, if I may say so myself.
Wait, what?
So Barry, knowing this, talked to me and agreed to lease the house to me on the condition that when he pays me back, I return it to him. I got him out of a lot of financial trouble by doing that.
No, this can't be right. You're lying to me. Are you?
If you look up Barry's company online, I'm sure you can see plenty of stories about the bankruptcy.
Wait. Oh no, it's true!
Yep, told you so.
But what am I supposed to do? This is my last day in my apartment! I've already returned my key and everything. Where am I supposed to live?
I'm sure that Barry could find some room for you in his place.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, I heard that he's renting with a building known for having some of the smallest apartments in the city, but I guess your options are that or homelessness.
But this isn't fair. I stole Barry from you fair and square. I was supposed to live in this big house, not you. It was my dream, and now it's all gone. Wendy, please pick up the phone. Are you really going to sue me after I've been through so much? I just paid off all my debts and feel like I can finally breathe again. Why are you instantly going to saddle me with more? I went to Barry to ask for help and he said that he didn't have anything for me. Please, I'm begging your help here. You're my older sister. You have to do something.
Sometimes you just save people when they have their mind set on something, even when it's completely wrong. But thanks to her stubbornness, Wendy made the same mistake of sleeping with the spouse of the person who owned the house she was trying to steal twice. I worry about my sister often, but I just can't pity her at all when she lands herself in the exact trouble she blames on everyone around her. It's true, I did sue her and Barry for their affair. Part of the fees charged to them also included the cancellation charges for my wedding plans with Barry. They both had to split the sum of around $100,000. I wondered if Bree had felt like her life was just set back another 8 years. Although I'm sure if she did it once, she could get herself out of debt again. I just hope that she learned her lesson this time.